So let's rank all the flicks I rewatched during the month of July 2021. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings my fellow YouTubers and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a ranking of all the flicks I watched for July of 2021. I've rewatched 28 of them, and I'm going to try to get all these into videos, and I'm going to try to go rapid fire and what have you, so please don't get upset or anything. I'm going to try and get through this just in case YouTube's check bits are start to be so touchy like last time. Anyway, if you're ready, let's go for it. Here we go. Coming in at number 28 is Bring It On, worldwide hashtag Cheersmack from 2017. Yeah, well, after seeing all the other movies, I never knew this even existed until I saw it at the Redbox a few years back. I've just now revisited this on IMDb TV. Expect reviews for the rest of the Bring It On movies next month, since I've already reviewed the first movie. And this film's not too bad. It's probably one of the weakest of the series and what have you, though I appreciate having a little bit of a mixed bit of having various cheerleading teams from all over the world and what have you. That was pretty good, but I could have used a little bit more spin and polish. And well, its intro wasn't quite like the rest of the movies, but oh well. It's still an okay movie, though. Now, coming in at number 27 is Euro Trip from 2004. I still like this, even after I rewatched it for the first time in years, ever since I sold my copy of the unrated cut. But it still got a little bit of funniness I could expect. I mean, I liked some of the characters, the people who played them. Story isn't too bad. It's just not really one of the greatest. But I feel like this is easily an underrated film that I think deserves a little more love. And if you haven't seen my review of it yet, y'all check it out. I did not so long ago. But Euro Trip's pretty fun and what have you. Never really been to Europe, but I wish. Well, I'd like to visit a little bit of places in Europe just for fun. But anyway, Euro Trip's pretty funny. You gotta check it out if you haven't. Now, coming in at number 26 is Bring It On, Fight to the Finish from 2009. Well, I do think this is a pretty fun movie. It just has a little bit of its moments. I liked Christina Milian's performance in this. Billy Woodruff, best known for directing music videos, directed this, which that was a big surprise. I'm just gonna say this is incredible. I mean, it does kind of have a little bit of a feeling like the third movie, almost, but we'll see where that winds up later on. But anyway, Bring It On, Fight to the Finish, it's pretty fun and what have you. Not really my favorite of the franchise, but it manages to pull off some of the fun moves and what have you, though. Oh yeah, but the reason why I said it was almost like the third one, but except it involves moving to a different city, though. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so enough said about that. Let's Bring On Fight to the Finish. I think it's pretty good. Now, coming in at number 25 is Just My Luck from 2006. This is definitely a very underrated movie. I do love this movie after I revisit it on Tubi. And what can I say? This is absolutely funny, but I know it didn't get a lot of love and what have you. It's starring Lindsay Lohan and Chris Pine in one of his earlier movies before he became big in Star Trek and Wonder Woman. I just gotta say, I really liked it. It was directed by Donald Petrie, who I know directed movies like, I believe he directed Miss Congeniality and several others. But anyway, this is incredible when, well, well, two people's luck gets switched around. Kind of like Freaky Friday almost, which Lohan did before this, except involving luck and what have you. And with a smooch too, of course. But even so, I really love it. It's kind of become a guilty pleasure, though I've only seen it maybe a few times, including just recently. But Just My Luck is very funny. You ought to check it out. It's one of my few favorite Lohan movies, aside from Mean Girls and Freaky Friday and The Parent Trap. Now, coming in at number 24 is Bait from 2000. I love this movie. This is easily a guilty pleasure. I used to watch it several times on HBO years back, and I hadn't seen this movie in ages. I recently watched it on Tubi this month, and what can I say? This was pretty good. The film was directed by Antoine Fuqua, who would later go on to do Training Day. It stars Jamie Foxx as this petty thief who apparently gets used by police to lure a criminal out of hiding after a gold robbery, which, believe me, that's incredible. Jamie Foxx is absolutely really funny in this. I gotta review this sometime. It also has David Morse. He was really good. Doug Hutchinson, who happens to be the bad guy. Yeah. But this film's almost sort of a mixed bag, sort of, but even so, I think this is a fun movie. If you've never seen this, and if you're a Jamie Foxx fan, I'd highly recommend this one. But I'll tell you when I review this movie. Okay, that about covers it. Now, coming in at number 23 is The Great Mouse Detective from 1986, which I also did a review of earlier this month. Now, this film's easily an underrated anime feature from Disney, but I really do love this movie. I used to have a book and recording of this. I love all the characters in this. Basil, Baker Street, definitely a great character. Dr. Dawson, Olivia, and her father, Hiram Flaversham. Professor Reagan is a great villain, voiced by the legendary Vincent Price, who was absolutely pretty good. And his associate Fidget is definitely one crazy character. Yeah, I'm gonna say this film is just so underrated, just about as much as the Black Cauldron was. But anyway, if you've never seen this movie, you gotta check it out. Which I recently rewatched it on Disney Plus. It's definitely a good movie. I think you ought to give it a go for The Great Mouse Detective. Now, coming in at number 22 is Captain America, the TV movie from 1979. Yeah, this isn't too bad. It's pretty fun, what have you. It's just not really one of the best, but I do enjoy this for what it is, just because, Reb Brown plays our title character very good. But anyway, this is just loosely based on the character, though, but it's not too bad of a superhero movie. If you really want to see Captain America way before the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which you will see those 3 movies later on in this ranking, I'd say give this a shot. The movie is on Tubi. I think it's still there. If it's still there, give it a watch if you haven't. I've seen this a few times on the Sci-Fi Channel. The sequel to this will be shown in a little while too. All right. But anyway, Captain America, it's pretty good and what have you. Not really the greatest, but still good though. Now coming in at number 21 is Rambo: Last Blood from 2019. Well, this is actually a rewatch for me, but however, it is in a way a first time too. But I'm counting it as a rewatch since I've seen the movie in the theater before. But however, I watched the special extended cut on Prime. And let me tell you, I thought that was even more cooler and what have you. I just really love this movie. Maybe not quite the best Rambo, but it's probably gonna move up since I revisited it. it's so cool. Stallone nails it again. And I'm just gonna say, it was just a lot of fun. And how he took out those bad guys and what have you. Well, those traps, that was pretty darn brutal. Rambo Last Blood is very awesome. You gotta check it out if you haven't. You, I say you could watch either version. They're not too bad. I love it. Now coming in at number 20 is Shaft in Africa from 1973. Now you will see the other two original Shaft movies come up later on in this ranking. I'm gonna say this might be the lowest of the bunch, but even so, I'd rather rewatch this over the 2001 movie with Samuel L. Jackson, which I know was good in some ways, but I haven't watched that in a long time, and I haven't seen that brand new one, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't like. But anyway, Richard Roundtree once again is really good as our title character, and boy, he does a pretty killer job in Africa. But still, it's not quite as good as the first two, but it manages to pull it off. I do like its, well, theme song too, which was done by the legendary band The Four Tops. Yes, which was called Are You Man Enough? And that was pretty cool. Gotta admit, you can't go wrong with the original John Shaft. Believe me, that was so much fun revisiting this. I hadn't seen this movie in years, but I'm glad to have seen it on Tubi. Well, which that's soon to go away, along with the other two. Now, coming in at number 19 is Captain America 2, Death Too Soon from 1979. This, of course, was the other made-for-TV movie. It came out just long after the first movie. Reb Brown once again returns as the title character. But we also have Christopher Lee in this, who is absolutely real good. I watched this on Tubi, and this should be available still on there too, like the first one. Just look it up if you haven't. But I'm going to say this would have been the real cool thing to make this a TV show. This was trying to follow after the success of The Incredible Hulk. While even though the Amazing Spider-Man was in a live-action series at the time. Yeah, I think. But anyway. Yeah, Universal managed to try and pull one off after this one. And they did the same with Doctor Strange, but, well, they didn't quite make it into the TV series bit. But anyway, Captain America 2, that's kind of underrated, though. But still, it's a little bit of an improvement over its predecessor in ways. Now, coming in at number 18 is Street Fighter from 1994. Now, I hadn't seen this movie in years. This is the film based on the popular video game series, well, most notably Street Fighter 2, which was so big in the arcades and on various game consoles, most notably the Super Nintendo. I mean, Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's not too bad in this, but I have to give credit to Raul Julia, this would be his final film performance. He passed away shortly after he had finished this. I mean, I think after or before the film had finished filming. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty good. Let's see. Yeah. I also didn't know this, but yeah. This also not. I'm getting tongue tied here. This also had singer and model Kylie Minogue. Yeah, that's her. She's cameo in this. And Ming-Na Wen before she even voiced the title character in the original Mulan, and more recently appeared in a cameo in the live-action remake. And of course, she was from TV's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, she was, yup, Chun-Li. Yeah, the cast is kind of hit or miss and what have you, but I will say this is kind of underrated, but not really one of the best video game movies, but I have to give this film credit because it's just incredible in ways, because I do like Street Fighter, and that's all I'm saying, so enough said. Now coming in at number 17 is Bring It On, In It to Win It from 2007. Now, I really thought this movie was fun, what have you. I mean, since it had a pretty good cast, that included Ashley Benson, who was really good, Jennifer Tisdale, who I found out is the sister to a certain Ashley Tisdale, who, of course, has a little cameo appearance at the end credits. I'm just gonna say this is incredible when two teams of cheerleaders combine themselves together, the Sharks and the Jets, and become the Shets. Wow, this is incredible. I mean, I really love this one. This is a very good installment of the Bring It On series, and who knows where it'll wind up on my ranking, because I will rank the series as well once I do the reviews. But Bring It On In to Win It, that's really a very good movie. I really did enjoy it. Now coming in at number 16 is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 from 2013. Now, you will see the first one later on, but this is the sequel. I watched it on Netflix, and I must say, I do like this movie, but it's not quite as good as the first one, but it manages to pull stuff off. I mean, Bill Hader and Anna Faris return, which that was pretty good. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this was, one of the few Sony Pictures animation flicks not to get a direct-to-video sequel, of course. This would be the other one, because the Smurfs 2 came out the same year this did. So, anyway, it's pretty good. I mean, we had great performances from James Caan and, Terry Crews taking over as the voice of Earl, that policeman, since I knew Mr. T wouldn't return. But even so, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too, that's really something. I mean, I liked all those crazy food creatures. Those were really something. Yeah. So Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too, that's pretty good. Now coming in at number 15 is G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra from 2009. I know this film got a lot of hate and what have you, and I know Chang Tatum wasn't too thrilled with it and what have you. But hey, I'm an understanding person, certainly. But even so, he was still pretty good and what have you. Marlon Wayans was pretty good. Rachel Nichols was good as Scarlet, and I enjoy the performances from everyone. I mean, even some of the characters were kind of little hit or miss, but not too much. But I still had a lot of love for this movie. But though I still like the classic G.I. Joe animated series, but this manages to pull it off. Still, G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, I thought it was pretty good after revisiting it. But if you haven't seen the new Snake Eyes movie, I would definitely recommend you check that out. If you haven't seen my review for that or this movie, check them out. Now coming in at number 14 is Shaft's Big Score from 1972. Now, while some say it didn't match up to the charm and what have you of its predecessor, I'm just gonna say I don't care. This film was so awesome. It was intense. Richard Roundtree returns as John Shaft, which the first one is still ahead on this ranking. I gotta say he was so good. The action in this was so awesome and what have you. Moses Gunn returns as Bumpy Jonas, and we had Gordon Parks back as the director. He also did the music for this. I mean, since Isaac Hayes was unavailable, since he did the theme to the first movie, but he did contribute one song to the actual movie, to this movie, though. Yeah, really good. This is just so much intense fun. I think it's probably my second favorite of the Shaft series, but hey, I could be changing my mind soon when I review the Shaft series sometime sooner. But Shaft's big score is so intense in some ways. I love it. Now, coming in at number 13 is Bring It On All or Nothing from 2006. Love this movie. I've seen this a few times, and I think it's a pretty fun movie. Hayden Panettiere is absolutely good in this. Of course, plays a transfer student to a rough high school, trying to join the cheerleading squad there. But boy, she has a little competition here. Wow. We also have Beyonce Knowles' sister slaying in this. She was absolutely awesome in this. I gotta tell you, this just had a total load of fun and hystericalness and fun lines and what have you. I really like that. Rihanna makes a cameo appearance as herself. That's really cool. So I'm gonna say this was just really funny. Expect a review of this real soon. But however, it may not be on the actual day it has come out because it's going to be 15 years since this came out next month. So, but anyway, be ready for that one too. Now coming in at number 12 is The Fox and the Hound from 1981. I love this movie. I used to have some books. Well, that were almost based on this. It just had a few slight changes, so. But I love this movie. Two inseparable friends who meet as pups, but soon, as they grow older, their friendship grows farther and farther apart. As this fox soon becomes the target for this here soon-to-be hunting hound. Yep. I love the characters. Todd, Copper, let's see, Widow Tweed is really good. Amos Slade is a great villain. His original dog Chief is good. Yeah, this is another great Disney animated feature. It's kind of underrated, but overall, I think it's a great movie with a great voice acting cast. Include Mickey Rooney and Kurt Russell, Jack Albertson, Sandy Duncan. Yeah. The list goes on. But The Fox and the Hound is really good. I really do love it. Now, coming in at number 11 is A Cinderella Story, A Christmas Wish from 2019. Now, this is the previous installment. I mean, since I had a little Christmas in July last year with Noel, I figured I might as well do it again this year with this one. Now, I rewatched this on Netflix, which is where I first watched it at, and I've got to say, it's still pretty good. Laura Marano is very good in this. I like Greg Sulkin playing in this, and Isabella Gomez. Yep, those were all pretty good and what have you. If you haven't seen my reviews for the series, you should check it out. You'll also know that it also recently was up there on my ranking. If you haven't seen my ranking of the franchise, you need to check that out. Also, check out Ogre Boy 1992's new ranking. He did a ranking of those as well. But anyway, I really loved this movie. This is definitely a very good holiday treat to watch, even if you want to do Christmas in July. But if it's still there by December, well, I'll watch it again. So anyway, I really do love this movie. So that about covers it. Now it's top 10 time. Coming in at number 10 is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs from 2009. Very good animated feature. Sony Pictures Animation really outdone themselves with this one. I really do think this is a good movie with a great voice acting cast that includes Bill Hader, Anna Faris, James Caan, Andy Samberg, who I forgot to bring that up. He returned for the sequel. I gotta say, this is definitely very good. Based on the children's book of the same name, this was just so much of a good fun flick and tasty, too. And I'm gonna say this was just a lot of fun. I love the characters, the animation. Yeah, it was really something. This is definitely a very fun flick. I watched it on Prime with IMDb TV. Definitely a very good anime feature. If you haven't seen it, you should. I'll review this sometime down the road. But now back to this ranking. Coming in at number 9 is Avengers Age of Ultron from 2015. Now, before I went and saw Black Widow this month, I decided to rewatch some of the movies the character was in. Not all of them. Iron Man 2 I did not revisit. But I rewatched the movie that's coming up after this, plus the first 2 Avengers movies. And, well, the third Captain America movie. Well, which you'll see where that winds up. But anyway, this film's kind of the lowest ranked one on the event if I ever ranked the movies themselves alone. It's not too bad of a movie. And with the appearance of Ultron, Baron von Strucker, which should have been Strucker, but no, that's their business and what have you. So anyway, I thought this was pretty good. It just had a few misses and what have you, but it's still a pretty cool movie. I enjoyed the action and what have you. Just incredible. And with the introduction of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, yeah, it was cool. Well, Quicksilver had already been introduced before, just a year before that in X-Men Days of Future Past, but that was a different actor to play him, so, and a different story, so, you know the rest. Now coming in at number 8 is Captain America, the Winter Soldier from 2014. This is definitely a very good film, and I really do enjoy this. It'll still try to get past the first one and the third one eventually. But I'm glad I got to rewatch this, and I got to see more of Chris Evans as the title character, along with Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, and we get introduced to the Falcon in this one. Yeah, really something. And seeing the Winter Soldier, definitely. Yeah. Boy, and it was a real shock to find out who he really was. But you probably already know that if you've already seen it. Now, I've been hearing something about Scarlett Johansson being in a little bit of a stitch between her and Disney, I think. So, sorry to hear about that. But anyway, Captain America the Winter Soldier, it's a definitely awesome movie. Really good. I do love it. Now, coming in at number 7 is An American Werewolf in London from 1981. Expect a review of this next month. Now, you can't go wrong with this. This is definitely one of my favorite werewolf movies. It's a classic. I really got to enjoy this. I watched it on Prime. Love the performances we got from David Naughton, Jane Agutter, Griffin Dunn. Very good movie, and with some pretty good tunes such as Blue Moon, Bad Moon Rising. Let's see. The list just goes on with the music. I really do think American Werewolf in London's awesome. It's definitely a good movie. But enough said about it. Now coming in at number 6 is Captain America, the First Avenger from 2011. I love this movie. This is definitely a real good movie. I know the second one should have been higher than this, but I've got more line for this one. But you never can tell. It will probably surpass that sometime down the road. But anyway, since I've got this on DVD. I really enjoyed it. It's awesome. Chris Evans, great as Captain America. Haley Atwell is good. Sebastian Stan, Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, really something. Hugo Weaving playing Red Skull, definitely a good one. A great villain too. Anyway, I think this movie's just so awesome. I really enjoyed it. It was since I revisited this month, but after all, you can't go wrong with this movie. All right, top 5 coming in at number 5 is Shaft from 1971. Damn right. Now you can't go wrong with this one. This is the one that really started off for the blaxploitation flicks of the 70s. Believe me, I absolutely love this movie. I love Richard Roundtree as John Shaft himself. So awesome. I love that great theme song done by Isaac Hayes. When I watched this on Tubi not so long ago, I really got down with the theme song. It's one of the greats. Anyway, Gordon Parks is great at doing the directing of this. I'm just gonna say, this has had a lot of fun. I should have reviewed this last month and failed to because I had forgotten its anniversary was last month. But don't worry, I'll make up for it. I'll probably review it in February for Black History Month, but just stay tuned. Details to follow. Well, a ways though, but Shaft is an awesome flick. You haven't seen this one? Shame, shame. You need to see this. This is a classic. Alright, enough said. Coming in at number 4 is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade from 1989. This is a very good movie. I got to watch this on Amazon Prime with Showtime, which unfortunately that was the last movie I would watch before I canceled our Showtime subscription. I just didn't want to have it no more, and well, I was just glad to revisit this since after watching the first one and the last movie the previous month. This is just so incredible. I do love Harrison Ford once again playing old Indy, Sean Connery playing his dad. Yeah. I really liked how the story went. Going after the Holy Grail, yeah, definitely something. And this is definitely one of the greats of Indy's adventures and what have you. I really enjoyed it. So, I did watch the second one. That's still to come, but where will it wind up? I won't tell you until I get to it. But Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade's pretty good. Oh yeah, the late great River Phoenix who plays the young Indy. He's really good too. I almost forgot him. So that's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. The action's really awesome too. Adventure sequences, enough said. Now coming in at number 3 is Captain America Civil War from 2016. And I watched this on Disney Plus, and it's still pretty cool. It's awesome. I mean, a clash of the heroes between Chris Evans' Captain America and Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. Yeah, really something. Scarlett Johansson, Sebastian Stan back as Black Widow and Winter Soldier. We get several others, but not everyone. But we also get the first appearance of Black Panther, who would get his own movie a couple of years later, and the new Spider-Man, Tom Holland, who, of course, the following year would get his movie, Homecoming. Anyway, this film's awesome. The battle sequence between the heroes is just so awesome. I really did enjoy this one. It's now become my favorite Captain America movie now. At least for now, but it could change. You never can tell. Alright, now this was a tough decision for the final 2, so bear with me. Coming in at number 2 is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom from 1984. Love this movie. This is my favorite of the Indiana Jones series. Well, as of now, but it could change once we get a fifth one, if it really does happening, but I think it is happening. But anyway, this film's a classic. It's a childhood favorite of mine. Harrison Ford, once again, great as Indy. I did like Kate Capshaw as Willie, and Kate, excuse me everyone, Ke Huy Quan as Short Round. Molo Ram was definitely a great villain. I just gotta say, this was pretty darn dark and what have you. This is what inspired the MPA to create the PG-13 rating after this came out. But anyway, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, this is awesome. It's a classic in my book, but you don't have to take my word for it, though. And now, my number one rewatch of July 2021 is Marvel's The Avengers from 2012. Yes, I love this movie. You cannot go wrong with this one. The big one from the MCU's first phase. Awesome. Great performances from everyone. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson. Mark Ruffalo wasn't too bad as Dr. Banner, aka the Hulk. And let's see. We also have Chris Hemsworth back as Thor, very good. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Yeah, who was really good. Let's see. Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, really good. Boy, it was just a lot of fun. A blast from start to finish. What really started a big franchise for the MCU. You can't go wrong with it. I love this movie, and it's one of my favorites of the MCU. My top favorite of the MCU's first phase, as a matter of fact. Okay, there you have it. That's my ranking of rewatches for July 2021. So what did you think of this list? Tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Now, the first time watches will be coming up later on, early next month. So be on the lookout for that. And join me next time when I bring to you my next Saturday morning TV log, and it'll be on the Herculoids. And stay tuned, I will also give you all a spoiler-free review of Jungle Cruise as well. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, check out these other rankings I just did. In the upper left-hand corner is the ranking I did for the movies I saw in the first half of 2021, movies that came out in the first half of 2021, that is. The upper right-hand corner is my ranking of all the Cinderella story franchise flicks ranked. And the bottom left-hand corner, if you want to take a break from movies, see my recent ranking of favorite ZZ Top songs in memory of their late great bassist Dusty Hill. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya!